turn off your microphone, so when we let you talk, and please turn it on, because otherwise we have noise on the screen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello everyone. My name is Rafiz Abazov and I will be moderator today. It's my privilege today to use G Global Platform to connect 3 continents. We have Asia, we have Europe, and we have Americas. And therefore we can say today good morning, we can say good afternoon, and we can say good evening. So hello to New York, to United States, hello to France, to Paris, hello to Portugal. We have a connection with Germany, we have connection with Kazakhstan, and we expect one more person from India. So hello everyone. Today we came together to discuss a couple of very important issues. Most important topic is leadership. Leadership to change the world for a better, making our planet more sustainable, green and clean. So I would like to have this discussion lively. If you have any challenge questions, don't hesitate to talk to us. We have students, they might have some questions. And we have a couple of short presentations from different speakers. Let us first give opportunity to a rector of Kazakh National University to speak on behalf of Al-Farabi Kazakh National University and greet all participants at our teleconference. Professor Mutanov.
Welcome speech. Dear participants of the online conference, let me welcome you on behalf of Al-Farabi Kazakh National University, Global Hub of the United Nations Academic Impact Program on Sustainability and Central Asian Hub of UNESCO on Sustainable Development. We all realize that significant role in promoting sustainable development belongs to universities. The university environment is the accelerator for breakthroughs, ideas, and center for disseminating educational and research programs on sustainable development. With the support of UN, the university carries out active work involving representatives of the global academic community on finding solutions to global problems. We would like to convey special appreciation to UN Secretary General Mr. Ban Ki-moon, who initiated the remarkable idea to attract world universities to develop UN basic principles. Being the global hub, we use the global platform as a tool for promotion of these principles. The Global is the information and communication platform and the effective tool for global dialogue. It was created under the initiative of our President Nursultan Nazarbayev in addition to G8 and G20 with the aim of better involvement of all the interested people all over the world. That is why we classify and make actual the work and all the results in the realization of the UN basic principles. And we do believe and promote importance of academic environment in this process. We propose this theme of the conference, the role of the of the universities in sustainable development. I express gratitude to all colleagues from UNAI, all UNAI hubs, for joining us today. Thank you very much. I sincerely wish all us success, interesting and fruitful work.
Thank you very much. Indeed, we have a lot of challenges today. Before coming to this teleconference, I checked a couple of facts on United Nations website, and I found a very interesting fact, a very sad fact. From the space, we can see only 3 man-made objects on the Earth. It's Great Chinese Wall, it's pyramids in Egypt, and huge walls of garbage around New York. So we need to do something, indeed, and need to do as soon as possible. And here is our question: how can we, as academic community, contribute to sustainable development? And with this question, I would like to pass our colleagues in New York and at the United Nations, United Nations Academic Impact Center. Please. Are you there? Probably some technical difficulties with New York. It's a leader of technology, but sometimes technology doesn't work. So let us move forward, and let us move to Europe, to Portugal. Professor Quadrado.
Hello. First of all, I would like to thank you very much to Kaznu, in the name of his rector, for this opportunity to once again be side by side with him in discussing the major issues in sustainable development all around the world. I can testify that Rector Mutanov has been present in the last few years, very active all around the world, into trying to promote the conscience of the sustainable development. And I'm glad that I could share this with him. While looking, in fact, into the problems and the prospect of sustainable development, it seemed quite clear that a lot of principles which we want to converge are definitely not being followed. I would start with looking beyond our own localities and immediate future. I don't know if you do translation or not at this point.
No, everything in English is fine.
Very good. So the majority of, as I said, repeating, the majority of the players are not looking beyond their own locality and immediate future. And this is one of the major problems that we have in terms of sustainable development. The second one is actually to be innovative and to be creative. It's something that is missing in a lot of people who are trying to look for solutions, as well as to seek balanced solutions for this sustainable development. And of course, in many places around the world, this is done by elites, which do not seek engagement from all the stakeholders. This is again one of the major problems I could actually encounter in this issue. A lot of people which are trying to do their best are not making sure they know the needs and the wants of local populations as well as global impacts, and they do not plan and manage effectively. So I would say, in terms of some suggestions going forward, is that you need to give in any circumstance sustainability the benefit of any doubt. And this is again fundamental, because a lot of people are still in doubt on many of the key issues. For instance, we cannot prevent pollution all around the globe, but if polluters must pollute, then they must pay as well. And this is actually a strong balance that we need to assert in all continents. And of course, we need to adopt immediately the holistic cradle-to-grave approach. That means we need to make sure that everything that we do in our day-to-day actually has a way to be sustainable also in the future. Of course, the old saying that you need to do the things right, having decided the right things to do, is again an important issue which has been missing in the sustainable development in many parts of the world. And therefore, I should caution a lot of people because cost reduction sometimes masquerade value proposals, in our case value engineering, but also value technical solutions. And above all, if there is one key element that everyone should follow in terms of the future of sustainable development, is to practice what you preach. If all these major problems need to be overcome, has to do with approaches like the one today, where people are not afraid to expose the major problems that we can face nowadays in sustainable development. And I'm very glad that we can actually join together our efforts in trying to change the world in every time that we can. So I'm very honored again to be here, and I'm looking forward to keep on with this group developing some more efforts to change the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's wonderful that we have opportunity to use modern technologies and to connect different continents. You know, I have a glass of water, and I believe we have privilege to have clean, nice water. But we know that millions and millions of people cannot have it. And we know that we try our best to help many communities around the world. And we know that one organization works in Asia, and let us move to Asia to Mr. Nikolai Pomoshnikov, who is the director for UN office, UN SCAP office in Almaty. Mr. Pomoshnikov, line is yours, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rafis. Уважаемый Гады Каир Мутанович, dear colleagues, it's a great pleasure for me to use this opportunity, new technologies, and to participate in the discussion of 3 continents representatives today. I think it's a great opportunity which G Global platform gives for everyone in reality. And discussing the problems of sustainable development, I must tell you that the situation in Asia and the Pacific, despite some good opportunities and good initiatives for the last few decades, when Asia Pacific could lift millions of people out of poverty, still not so bright regarding the sustainable development, because the lifting of people from poverty accompanied by the further degradation of environment. And if we look more closely on the situation, what is happening now, we can see a lot of problems, including climate change, including the forest cutting, and a lot of problems. I can tell you that more than 1,068 billion people still live less than $2 per day, and 1.8 million still lack access to improved sanitation, including 2 billion people lack access to modern energy services. You absolutely rightly put the question, what is the 3 major challenges which we are facing now? And I think the Secretary General of UN clearly mentioned recently that, for example, for this year, the biggest challenges will be complete the Millennium Development Goals, the biggest anti-poverty campaign which we are doing now. Second, to adopt ambitious new sustainable development agenda with a set of sustainable development goals. And third, to reach meaningful universal agreement on climate change. So these 3 challenges which we have really needs our active participation of all countries in this. And if you ask me what shall we, what the biggest maybe challenge we have, taking into account the continuous degradation of environment which we have now and the problems of sustainable development, I think the biggest challenge we have, this is the how to integrate the economic, social and environmental dimensions in balanced manner. So ESCAPE, as a part and parcel of other United Nations agencies and entities, doing its best to find the solution in this challenge. And this year, 21st and 22nd May, we are organizing in Bangkok second Asia-Pacific Forum for Sustainable Development, which will discuss all these issues and problems. And before this forum, just next week, 29 and 30 April, we organizing regional consultations in Jakarta on sustainable development financing. This is the forums which we are trying to use for finding these solutions. So probably I will stop here and will listen to my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. You know, recently I talked to my students and they told me, I mean, there was kind of provocative question, why to spend money when the world is quite all right? We have food, we have water, we have nice housing, we have nice iPhones and iPads. So why to do it now? Why to spend money now? And we have a partner in France. Let us move back to Europe. Jan Tom, he's the head of United Nations Academic Impact Office in France at Sorbonne. So let us hear from him, from that end, what is the opinion on that side.
Dear colleagues, hello. I came with my colleague Barbara Portailler.
Hello everyone.
She's an economist and specialist of sustainability too. And what I wanted to say is that at the moment we are really involved in the preparation of that climate summit at the end of the year. This is of course not the final point of a long way in resolving at the moment, at the point that we can do something at the moment, than the situation. From University of Sorbonne, the idea of my colleagues and students is that we are involved in questions about awareness and the relation between awareness and empowerment. Then there is a necessity to make a link between the two notions, and this is why we try to we are working in human rights, and this is our specificity in the Global Hub. But our idea is that in the way of what the Secretary General and the Human Rights Council in Geneva said on the 6th of March, that the impact of the dereglements, climatic dereglements in human rights is very important. That impact is directly connected with the situation of many countries and people and human beings. Then we really think that this is a global situation, and we must have to think about health of people, food, water, and especially autodetermination. Then the autodetermination of citizens of the world and the link between sustainability and autodetermination is very important. People must have to find many ways in a sustainability logic, and the circular economy is a point, is a possibility for them. Then my colleague must have to say something about that way.
Yes, sir. Indeed, may I add to what Mr. Thomas said just earlier? I've outlined a few questions you outlined yourself. First, how to integrate the economic and social issues into these climate and sustainability challenges. Second, the last question that had been raised before we started talking was why spending money on that when some of us already have everything they need. Exactly, that is our point as academic actors, that awareness and empowerment must be better, so that we know why we need to spend money, because some people on the same planet that we are all sharing don't have the same means of action, the same knowledge, the same comfort of life. Some people don't spend or don't pollute so much, so they don't have to pay because they are polluting the planet, but they do receive the pollution. See people living in the north, in Greenland, they don't pollute so much, so they won't have to pay for polluting the planet, but they live with the pollution of countries from France, for instance, or Germany. So this is why, as academic actors, we want to act on awareness and empowerment. Human rights is one way to do it, by fostering everybody's right to knowledge and education, so that everybody can act at its own local level. And as to economical and social issues, we are working a lot on new models of economics, notably the upcycling economy. So that is one economy that some countries, like in South America or Africa, has been already developed a lot. But we believe it's a way to give to give a better empowerment to any actors at a local level, without paying more or without being taxed, but just by thinking that any pollution could be changed into something that is a new material. So instead of being waste, every waste could be thought as a new material from your neighbor. That is what is upcycling economy is about. And we work a lot on a better awareness of how we can do it at a local level for a better empowerment of every actor.
Then with my colleagues, we are really involved in the idea that organizing conferences, manifestations about climate is very important, and COP21 will be a point. But we are involved in finding some structural solutions. Then with that type of conference, we can share the solutions, and this is really precious. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Actually, you know, it's very good to have like-minded people online from different parts of the world. I would like to say that probably you know that Kazakh National University organized a Congress of Rectors last year, and last year it hosted a Club of Rome, and the idea was to expand it, not to close different communities like G7 or G20, but open using a new media, G Global platform, open opportunity to speak and to contribute to global peace, to global sustainable development from all angles, from all countries. And again, let me give you one more like a idea about what academic community can do today and in this world. We have a rector from Iran. Let us move to Middle East, who will probably speak like a few words.
Thank you, not for this very important problem. Not ready in this time, but sustainable development and development based on technology is to goal in all nations. But exists problem. Sustainable technology not agree with development based on new technology in this old situation. About this problem, maybe very very discussion, very theory, but in another time maybe discussed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, you know, the world is so small. Action of all people, action of all students, faculty, ordinary citizens affect us as well. So I know that, for example, again, I found on the United Nations information that every year 1 million birds die from pollution. And about 100 million, actually, animals die in different ways from pollutions and unsustainable development of our economies in our world. And here I would like to give opportunity to talk to a person who is a properly citizen of the world, who is originally from Czech Republic, but right now lives in Almaty for many, many years. Mr. Vlastimil Samek, I know he has 2 dogs, and he actually 3 now. And he always talks about sustainable development. And he actually, so his own example illustrates how to do some small things at a small scale, but make this world beautiful. Do you remember Chinese proverb which says, if every person will put 1 flower on the ground, the world will become beautiful and the world will be full of flowers. And now, Vlastimil Samek of United Nations Information Office.
Thank you, Professor Abazov, distinguished guests, Honorable Rector Galim Mutanov. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor to be here today and to be part of this global exchange of views, interesting discussion, and of course specifically attached to the issues which I think are the most important for the future of the world we live in, the sustainable development, post-2015 sustainable development agenda, simply the world we live. I would perhaps start from some sort of symbolic numbers, because today is 21st, if I'm not mistaken, and usually number 21 is considered to be a lucky number, so hopefully we are meeting on a lucky day. And this is just one day ahead of a very interesting and important, I would say, day in the calendar of the United Nations, and as such also in the calendar of the global community. And it's International Mother Earth Day, which we are going actually to celebrate tomorrow. So I think this is a very good kind of coincidence of events, because again, when we talk about sustainable development, about the International Mother Earth Day, about the way how we live, the way how we are trying to sustain the planet, and how we are trying to do our best in the terms of contributing to the better life for the people, then indeed we feel the reflection, and it very much depends on each and every of us if we could make the life on the planet Earth better. In this respect, I would very much like to express my very sincere gratitude and extend words of appreciation to all the colleagues who have actually gathered today to be part of this important exchange of views. And while wishing success to all of us with trying to find some sort of perhaps new solutions or interesting recipes that could be followed, I would also like to express my hope that the new United Nations post-2015 Sustainable Development Agenda that is indeed attached to the Millennium Development Goals, we shall be able to, let's say, if not us, then our kids and their kids for another 1,000 years. And I think that's a very good task. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let us use this wonderful opportunity and modern technologies to move again to a different continent, to Europe. And we have our speaker from Germany. Her name is Anna Maria Jamaldi. Please, the line is yours. Can you turn your microphone and start speaking, please?
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
we can hear you.
Oh yeah, I would like to express the opportunity to thank all of you for this wonderful event. And regarding my side, I just have actually 2 points for the academic community in terms of awareness, because the academic community is the venue wherein people from different sectors can have awareness of sustainable development. First, of course, is the fact that there is a need for sustainable development. However, I feel that there should be a need to emphasize the urgency of this need. Because, for example, when you go to companies who are starting to develop products, their main focus is profitability and efficiency of the product, but not necessarily sustainability. So I guess there has to be a focus on the urgency of this need to have products that are sustainable, not only within the few decades, but also in the future. And I also would like to express that I guess there will be a need for more incentives, especially for companies, to develop products that are sustainable, or to go into product development that are sustainable, because then the cost-benefit balance with regard to sustainability of development is not so clear or emphasized when it comes to, for example, product development, because then there is a aim for producing new products, radical developments, but then the awareness to having a product that is sustainable is still not there. So I guess there's a need for creating incentives for these companies to put an emphasis into product development that will have sustainable impact. And I guess that's all I have to say at the moment.
Thank you very much. I believe our discussion is really valuable. We try to bring different people looking at the issue of sustainable development from different angles. When we try to talk about how to measure our success, we can talk about different opportunities. We can talk about actions on the ground, what we do as individuals, as citizens. We can talk about measures what some institutions provide us, like Green Metrics, a very interesting initiative from Indonesia, and very interesting opportunity for universities to measure success in sustainable development. We can talk about our experience as professors, as people who educate young generation to be different, to think about our planet, not like just a place where they live and enjoy their life, playing on the internet and playing, with their gadgets, but also place where they have responsibilities. And I hope that with these ideas, we got a few ideas from different angles, but I hope we can get more ideas from those people who will watch our teleconference. We plan to put it online. They will leave some comments, ideas, suggestions. We hope to collect many ideas, many suggestions, many views, and bring them together and to do some research. It's what we as faculty, as professors do. And we hope when next time we will meet leaders of the world, we will show leadership from the university, from academic community, and we will share our ideas, your thoughts with people at United Nations and different governments. I know that United Nations Academic Impact plans to have a large conference in South Korea in May, and we hope that we can collect your ideas, your thoughts, and take them to South Korea, and we expect that General Secretary of United Nations, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, will be there, so to share your concerns, your suggestions with Mr. Ban Ki-moon. So with this call for you to contribute to our discussions, to contribute to our online conferences, and to write small lines commenting our teleconference and our ideas, our questions. I would like to say thank you very much to everyone who participated at this event. Thank you very much to all participants here for coming, all of you for staying so late or so early in different parts of the world, and I hope to see you again. What we will do as the next step, we will send you a link to our teleconference, and you will see our discussion online. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
All of you.
Okay, thank you, Rafis. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ok, c'est fini là.
Voilà.
Bye.